There's a ribbon of road from my mama's front porch to the county line church with a neon torch, and it flickers like a promise when the dust gets thin, where the diesel hums low and the hayfields grin. I learned to pray in the shadows of a dashboard light with my knuckles on the wheel and my jaw clenched tight. Daddy said, boy, when the throttle meets the truth, that's a place where the Lord shakes hands with you. I took a girl named June in my borrowed Ford, saw the stars like nails in a weathered board. She said dreams burn fast when the tank runs dry. I said fill it with faith and we'll still get by. We traced the fence like a melody thin, stopped at Tully's for a coffee and a grin. Her hair rode the wind like a horse gone wild, and I swore I saw heaven in the eyes of that child. The road keeps a list that the sinners can't hide, of the promises made and the tears we tried. A grease-stained map and a payphone call, and a scar on my heart from the summer of fall. I told the truth to a judge with a tired pen, said I loved her once and I'd do it again. He nodded at the clock and he gave me time like the highway gives miles when it's feeling kind. Two-lane testimony, hear my headlights sing, pedal steel prayers and a wedding band ring. If the good book's open, let my engine hum along. I'm a mile marker center with a right to wrong song. Two-lane testimony under wheat field skies. I keep driving toward mercy with bugs in my eyes. If forgiveness is a truck stop on the far side of night, I'll pull in for coffee and make my amends right. We pulled to the river where the cottonwoods lean, watch minnows write secrets in a silver blue sheen. She said, boy, you're a spark in a bale of hay, and someday that fire's gonna light your way. But I drifted like smoke through another small town, played a bar with a floor that was falling down. The barman smiled with a tooth of gold, said sing me the truth if you're tired of the old. My radio cracked with a preacher at 9, talked to prodigal sons and a father's line. I turned it up till the speakers confessed every lie that I told and the ones I dressed. June found a ring in a pawn shop tray, left me a note, I can't live this way. I read it at dawn by a wheat truck scale, felt the weight of a heart on a rust red rail. If I could fold that road like a love crease letter, I'd circle the words where we could have done better. I'd underline nights when I should have come home and send it to June with a payphone tone. But roads don't fold and clocks don't beg, and pride sits stubborn like a three-legged peg. So I'll testify soft to the fields I pass that love is a mirror and a window of glass. Two-lane testimony, let the steel guitar weep for the vows I lost and the promises I keep. If the good Lord's listening on the CB line, I'm call sign mercy on Channel 9. Two-lane testimony under wide open grace. If June hears the song in some faraway place, tell her I'm driving with the truth on high beam and a ring in my pocket for the life we dream.
There's a mailbox made of tin at the end of Prairie Lane, bent by winter's knuckles and the autumn's rusty rain. Mama taped it twice with love, Daddy hammered it straight, but the wind keeps writing letters in a stubborn, crooked fate.
I used to wait for postcards from a world with neon dreams, county fair confetti and 12-bar gasoline.
But the only notes that found me were the bills and broken news, and a faded Polaroid smile with a kiss I couldn't choose.
I courted Ellie Mae behind the feed store wall.
Her laugh was summer thunder, and her touch could stop a brawl.
We carved our names in cedar by the Methodist bell. Swore to plant a garden where the country stories swell.
But the crops came thin and the banker's tie was tight, and the roof dripped bitterness in every silver night. We patched up holes with hope and tar, and strummed a hand-me-down guitar.
Mailbox made of tin,
Hold my heart together through the droughts and deaths,
the harvest and the weather.
carry me a letter from the life we almost won, postmarked with mercy
And stand by the sun.
Mailbox made of tin, sing your hollow hymn. Let the magpies peck the truth, let the daylight in.
If love is in the letters that the wind forgot to send,
I'll wait by Prairie Lane till the story finds its end.
Ellie took a shift at the diner off 17, with pies that caught the moonlight and coffee sharp and clean.
She slipped a note in my pocket, I'm with you come what may, while the jukebox spun forever in a 50-cent bouquet.
But rinse a louder singer than a vow on Sunday night.
And trouble loves a porch where the porch light's burning bright. We counted nickels, whispered grace, and kissed the worry off each face. A city man in polished boots pulled up in a yellow car, said trade your acres for a future, there's gold in every bar.
I looked at Ellie's tired smile, the wrinkles born of care,
and the tin box at the gravel edge that always waited there. We chose the land that held our names, not hands that offered more. We chose a wind that knew our sins and swept them out the door.
and when the banker frowned again, we met him with a farmer's grin.
That mailbox learned to sing when the rain came soft at last,
A lullaby of tapping tin for all the lonely past.
we painted it the shade of corn by Ellie's careful hand, and raised a little girl who reads the clouds like land.
She runs to meet the morning truck.
The driver waves and shares his luck.
Sometimes there's nothing but the ads and grocery sales.
But sometimes life delivers with the scent of hay and rails. Mailbox made of tin, you held when we were shaking, like a hymn book made of metal, like a promise never breaking.
Bring us notes of simple things, the weather, friends, a laugh,
and postmarked every struggle on the long and winding path. Mailbox made of tin, if love had need of proof, it's written in the dents and in the patchwork on the roof. We don't need a golden seal, just letters from the wind, and a kiss from Ellie Mae at Prairie Lane's end.
and the whiskey keeps the time. The drummer hits a shuffle like a Bootheels telegram, and the steel guitar's a postcard from the boy I used to am. I thought I'd send you something with a stamp of who I'd been, but all I had was sawdust, sweat, and jukebox violin. So here's a honky-tonk postcard stained with beer and smoke. You can read it by the porch light if your hope ain't broke. The singer in a Stetson sang a Thursday kind of blues, and couples rode the rhythm like a promise coming true. A fight broke near the pool racks, but the bouncer knew the tune. He swayed them back to kindness like a preacher with a broom. I kept my corner table like a pew that knows my name. I whispered to the mirror that I'd learned to lose the blame. If love's a dartboard calendar, I missed 1,000 throws, but I'm aiming at tomorrow, where the steady walk still grows. Honky-tonk postcard mailed from Saturday night, with a kiss of neon lipstick and a smear of low light. If the heart's a little jukebox with a quarter to spin, I'll play our song on repeat till the sorrow says in. Honky-tonk postcard, read it slow, read it true. Every stamp is a shuffle, every line is for you. I'm a sinner on a bar stool with a saint for a dream, and I'll dance this confession till the daylight redeems. A waitress named Dolores kept my coffee brave and black. Said, honey, love's a highway, you just gotta find the track. She wore a silver horseshoe that had learned to catch her tears, and laughed like thunder rolling off 1,000 patient years. She slid a napkin toward me, write the truth you're scared to see, and I wrote that I was sorry and I signed it finally. I addressed it to your doorway with a little sketch of dawn, and drew our names in cursive like a promise never gone. A kid played Telecaster like a match to gasoline. The band lit up the rafters with a dance floor tambourine. I watched a pair of strangers make a miracle from sway, and thought of how we used to steal a Tuesday into May. I folded up the napkin, tucked it deep inside my coat, stepped into the midnight where the satellites still float. The road smelled like forgiveness and the dew on cattle wire, and I swore I'd bring you music from this humble sinner's choir. If postcards could carry sound, you'd hear a fiddle cry, you'd hear Dolores laughing and the bouncer's gentle sigh, you'd hear the floor say welcome and the door say try again, you'd hear the neon promise there is mercy here, my friend. And maybe when you read it by that porch light down our street, you'll hear the shuffle asking for a second chance to meet. Honky-tonk postcard, postmarked I've grown,
with a quarter in the jukebox and a love I thought I'd blown. If your heart can spare a waltz for a fool that learned to bend, I'll meet you at the doorway where the Sunday mornings mend. Honky-tonk postcard, let the pedal steel sigh. Let the drummer keep it humble, let the truth qualify. I'm mailing you my footstep from a smoke-stained holy place. Signed yours if you'll allow me, and sealed with saving grace. I wore your brother's jacket when the wind got mean. Patched elbows, denim prayers, and a pocket tune to dream. The radio was broken, but it knew our favorite lies. Hummed a station, made a memory beneath the winter skies. We parked beside the grain bins where the starlight learned to fall. Counted all the constellations that could spell us through it all. You said every love is borrowed till we prove it's truly paid. And I paid in busted knuckles and the choices that I made. We worked the diner mornings in a chorus made of grease, stamping biscuits like a rhythm that could bargain us some peace. Your laugh cut through the static like a choir on the air, and my broke down heart caught signal in the halo of your hair. But the landlord wanted more than what a double shift could buy, and the snow on all the county roads made promises run dry. I told you we can make it, but the heater sang a call, and the jacket smelled like courage when the bravado flickered off. Borrowed jacket, broken radio, we learned the tune the hard way, soft and slow. Mercy has a station in this old beat town. Let it catch us when the world turns the volume down. Borrowed jacket, broken radio, but the song we sang was all we had to know. We danced to static on an empty floor, and called that music when we needed more. I pawned my granddad's watch and bought some kerosene. We painted warmth in circles like a campfire routine. You drew a sun on paper and taped it to the wall. Said if morning won't come find us, we'll just manufacture fall. You kissed my chapped up knuckles till they learned to unclench, and we prayed for summer wages on a handyman's bench. Then a letter hit our mailbox like a winter storm decree. Layoffs at the cannery, goodbye security. I walked the tracks at midnight with a hammer made of shame, counting ties like Hail Marys, whispering your name. A boxcar moaned forgiveness in a minor aching key, and the jacket wrapped around me like a borrowed rosary. Came home to find a thermos and your note beside the door. Let's build a life from nothing, I believe we're worth it more. The radio in pieces on the table like a prayer, and your hands the steady chorus. Put the music back in there. The first sound wasn't pretty, just a crackle, then a spark, then a fiddle climbing shyly through the belly of the dark. We laughed till tears made halos where the kerosene burned thin, and danced a little winter into something we could win. Borrowed jacket, broken radio, we tuned our faith to where the kind winds blow. If love's a patch on denim with a button barely hanging, we'll stitch and sing and keep the rafters clanging. Borrowed jacket, broken radio, and a station now that only lovers know. It plays us home through every storm, and keeps our tired boned hearts warm. There's dust on the dashboard, a rosary of miles, coffee stains like constellations, trying on your smiles. My rear view's hung with county fair that we left years behind, but I carry every Ferris wheel like postcards in my mind. You taught me how to measure time by fence posts and by crows, by sunsets on the wheat like saints in golden clothes. When I drift too far from prayer, you tune me back in line, turn my blues into a shuffle and my water into wine. I missed your brother's wedding, chasing tips in Abilene. Played a bar with shaky rafters and a neon tangerine. The band got paid in nickels and a tray of cold regrets. I counted everyone and cashed them in for cigarettes. You called me from the porch light with a thunder in your voice, said you've got 3 roads left to travel, darling, make a choice. I floated toward an answer with a heart that learned to bruise, and the dust spelled out a headline in the letters of my shoes. Dust on the dashboard, love on my mind. I've been a long haul sinner, trying hard to be kind. If the Lord keeps scoring bugs on the glass, I'm wiping down the sorrow and letting mercy pass. Dust on the dashboard, but your picture shines clear, and beneath the speedometer that forgives every year. When the engine hums a hymn I can't find, I just say your name in time. Pulled up to the house with the porch light swaying, Heard the dog tap time like the drums were praying. You met me at the step with a look I couldn't name. Half a gavel, half a sunrise, half a mercy, half a flame. I told you about the miles and the songs that ring me thin, about the nights I got so lonely I could hear my own sin. You held my face like Sunday, said let's count again. Not the wrongs but the right turns, and the roads that still remain. We changed the oil of tomorrow in the driveway after dark, with a jar of moonshine laughter and a match of garden spark. You drew a map in dust, here's where we begin. An X on our front door and an arrow pointing in. A good book on the nightstand, in your hair a quiet fire. I promised both of you the truth would be my wife. And when the radio found our song in Static's old design, we danced a kitchen waltz that nearly broke the spine. Every bug against the windshield is a star that came too near. Every mile marker's a prayer beat, every silence I am here. If I could count the ways you saved me, I would never reach the end. I'd just keep driving forward with my wife, my home, my friend. Dust on the dashboard, love on my mind, with a vow that's reassembled and a grace that's been refined. If the road wants to test me, let it witness what we've signed. Two names in the heart band, one heart intertwined. Dust on the dashboard, but the windshield's clear tonight, 'cause I finally see my future in the porch's yellow light. Turn the key, roll slow, leave the past behind. I got dust on the dashboard and love on my mind.
The night hums low with a coal train cry. Iron wheels sing a prayer to the sky. Mama rocks the baby on a chair made thin. Papa wipes the soot from the day's hard grin. I was born with cinders where the cradle should rest. Songs of hammers pounding in my chest. Every mile of track is a hymn in disguise. Coal train lullaby under starlit eyes. We lived on bread and borrowed grace, counted nickels, painted faith on our face. The whistle blew like a preacher's tone, calling lost souls back to stone. I swore I'd ride till the ashes cooled, till the furnace bowed, till the smoke was schooled. But the rails kept singing in a weary key, and the lullaby whispered mercy to me. Coal train lullaby, sing me home tonight, through the valleys of struggle, through the fields of fight. If the Lord keeps time with a hammer side, I'll rest my bones when the sparks run dry. Coal train lullaby, let the freight roll on, carry me in rhythm till the dark is gone. When the whistle fades, let the angels try to hum me that Coltrane lullaby. Ellie Mae waited by the company gate with a lantern of love that defied my fate. She kissed my cheek through the soot and pain, said, baby, don't let the steel be your chain. But I worked those shifts till the clocks turned black, with dreams of a house on the other track. The lullaby kept my spirit warm, while storms of debt beat hard and torn. One night I carried home a song, smelled of diesel, but the tune was strong. We danced in the kitchen, stove fire low, her laughter louder than the whistles blow. The children grew on that humble hymn, with soot on their shoes, but light within. Every bedtime I'd softly sigh that old Coltrane lullaby. If heaven has rails of gold and engines never rust or fold, I'll punch my ticket, climb aboard, and sing that song to praise the Lord. Coltrane lullaby, take me where I'm free, where the rails end gentle by eternity. Let the smoke rise high like a prayer untold, let the sparks be stars in a sky of gold. Coltrane lullaby, sing my children true, that their love's the treasure and the strength they knew. When the final whistle meets the sky, I'll ride home on that Coltrane lullaby.
Neon red next to a jukebox hymn and a shot of regret. The preacher says Sunday's for the saved, but Friday nights are where the sinners are made. I got my boots stuck deep in the sawdust floor, praying for mercy through the tavern door. My faith ain't gone, it's just sitting a while on a neon Bible and a Barstool trial. She left me last month with the preacher's son. For Saturday night, the bartender listens like a holy friend, wipes down the counter where confessions end. I raise my glass in a humble style to a neon Bible and a Barstool trial. Neon Bible and a Barstool, faith in whiskey, mercy in the fool. If the Lord can hear through cigarette haze, maybe he'll save me in honky-tonk ways. Neon Bible and a Barstool, with a fiddle cry, pedal steel bending like a gospel sigh. A woman in red with a heartbreak grin said, darling, the church don't always win. We danced a prayer on a hardwood hymn, lost in the rhythm of forgiven sin. I felt her hand like a psalm turned wild on a neon Bible and a Barstool trial. If heaven has a honky-tonk door with sawdust angels sweeping the floor, jukebox dance. Neon Bible and a Barstool, faith in a fiddle, mercy in the rule. If the Lord can laugh,
at the county fair, where the lights spin round, cotton candy prayers and a merry-go sound. You caught my hand by the tilt-a-whirl, snapped a Polaroid of a small-town girl. The picture faded in the August heat, but the memory burns where our fingers meet. We were young as sparklers, wild as air, framed forever in the county fair. The tractor pull shook the summer dust. We swore on the Ferris wheel we'd always trust. I won you a bear at the dime store stand. You kissed my cheek with a sugared hand. That picture stayed in my glove box tin, creased and worn like the sins I've been, but it still glows like a lantern there. That Polaroid at the county fair, Polaroid at the county fair. Freeze the laughter, keep it there if life runs fast and love runs thin. Hold on to the picture where we begin. Polaroid at the county fair, smell of diesel ribbon in your hair. Though the years blew hard, the ink still cares. That Polaroid at the county fair. Seasons took us down different roads. I carried freight, you carried loads. Heard you married a banker in a town with glass, while I stayed chasing shadows in a whiskey glass. But I still see your smile in that faded square when the Midway songs echo in the air. A frozen kiss in a younger stare. That Polaroid at the county fair. If love could live in paper thin, then ours is pressed where it's always been. A picture's prayer can outlast pain like August stars in a window pane. Polaroid at the county fair, though the colors fade, the heart is there in every tilt, in every light. Your ghost still rides the summer night. Polaroid at the county fair, a timeless song in a picture rare. Though life runs on and hearts compare, I still love that Polaroid at the county fair. She wore her blue ribbon from the county show, for her pie, for her roses, for the life she sold. I wore my pride like a dusty coat, a broke down truck and a worn out note. We met in the barn where the fiddles cried. She smiled like a winner, I just sighed, but the ribbon on her chest told a tale so true, that love can shine when the fields are blue.
I courted her slow with a farmer's hand, picked her daisies from a wheat-stained land. She laughed like thunder, kissed like rain, healed my hurt and my daddy's pain. But the banker came with his ties and pens, said hard work dies when the market bends. She held that ribbon like a torch on high and swore we'd make it till the day we died. Blue ribbon heartache tied with lace, victory smile on a tear-streaked face. When the fairground fades and the debts remain, your love's the prize through the loss and gain. Blue ribbon heartache worn with pride through the storms of sorrow and the waves that ride. If the world gives medals for the pain we take, I'll wear our blue ribbon heartache. We raised 2 kids on cornbread dreams, patched their shoes, hemmed their seams, watched them run where the fair lights glow, with a blue ribbon courage they'd never know. When sickness came and the nights grew long, she whispered hope in a gentle song. Though the ribbon frayed at the edges thin, her spirit shined from deep within. If heaven holds contests for the brave, she'll take first place in the love she gave. And when I join her by that pearly stand, I'll hold a ribbon in my hand. Blue ribbon heartache, strong and true. Every trial we faced, we pulled right through. Though the fairground's silent and the fields are bare, her love still lingers in the autumn air. Blue ribbon heartache tied with grace, her memory shines in a timeless place. Till the angels sing and the heavens shake, I'll keep our blue ribbon heartache. There's a blue sign blinking like a tired eyelid. Last exit before Laramie, just like it always did. Gas, coffee, pie, and mercy if you ask. The Mom and Pop Cathedral where the truckers drop their mask. I slide my boots across a floor that knows my name. Order eggs at midnight and a second chance the same. The coffee tastes like fences, old and wired tight, but it warms a busted engine of a heart that's learned to fight. I've chased 1,000 counties with my foolish pride, left you counting porch light moss while storms pass by outside. You told me love is mileage, son, not just horsepower, but I was shifting in a thunderhead, not watching for the hour. I kept a crumpled picture in the visor above my head, your Sunday morning smile in a house we almost wed. When the radio gives static, I just hear you call my name. And the highway's just a witness that I've got myself to blame. Last exit before Laramie, turn signal of the soul. Flashing yellow warnings on an old two-lane patrol. If forgiveness has a diner with the neon humming sweet, I pull in like a pilgrim just to get myself a seat. Last exit before Laramie, where the past can't pass me by. I'll pay in folded dollars and a promise not to lie. Pour me one more sunrise in a chipped up china cup. I'm driving toward redemption, and I ain't giving up. Dolores pours the coffee like a priestess of the night. Says, baby, maps don't matter when your compass finally's right. She knows my usual order, knows the weight behind my hat, knows the ring inside my pocket and the miles I can't take back. A ranch hand drops a quarter in the jukebox by the door. Amarillo by morning makes the ceiling feel like more. A trucker wipes his glasses like he's cleaning off his sins, and somebody leaves a tip that looks like hope where hope begins. The interstate's a serpent with a cold and silver skin, but the dawn right over Laramie is teaching me to bend. I trace a finger through the sugar spilled across Formica Sea, and write our names in cursive like a prayer that finally sees. The waitress reads my scribble and she gives a tiny nod. Go home to her young cowboy, leave the rest of it to God. So I take my change in courage and my heart in overdrive, and the sky above Wyoming says, boy, be more than just alive. If I could fold the highway like a letter in my coat, I'd mail you every mile I missed and every word I wrote. But roads don't fit in envelopes, they only fit in time. So meet me by the porch light where we promised we'd align. Last exit before Laramie, I'm paying up my dues with a diner check of honesty and lace-up walking shoes. If the good Lord's in the daylight that's breaking through the sage, He'll warm this stubborn sinner and He'll turn another page. Last exit before Laramie, I'm coming home to you with a tank of straight-up truth and a vow that's clean and new. Keep the coffee on the counter, keep the welcome light in view. I'm leaving Laramie behind me for the life I owe to you. Your mama said no boots on my kitchen towel, but you dance that way, you renegade child. The morning sun's a halo on your coffee cup, and those heel taps say I ain't giving up. We started poor as laughter in a dynamite mind, but we learned to count blessings like fence post signs. You hum while you scramble eggs in a cracked blue bowl, and the click of your Bootheels keeps time with my soul.
We got married in a shirt I wore to paint the shed with a borrowed veil and a preacher fresh bread. He said, love is a chore you're happy to do, and we signed the work order, me and you. Years turned the tile to a starry map, every scuff a story where we learned to adapt. Some folks wear diamonds through the glitter and miles. We wear our vows in the Bootheels smiles.
Boot heels on the kitchen tile, tap me a rhythm that can run a country mile. If the world gets loud with its bills and trials, I just listen to your Bootheels on the kitchen tile. Boot heels on the kitchen tile. You're the metronome of faith with a little outlaw style. I ain't needing anything but that back porch smile and your Bootheels on the kitchen tile.
We raised 2 kids on coupons and prayer, hand-me-down joy with a patient flair. You taught them that music isn't just a song, it's the way you mop floors when the nights go long.
We weathered that layoff in a January storm. You tap danced to heat, we could gather round warm. Love ain't for quitters, you said with a wink, and you two-stepped the light right out of the brink.
There was a doctor's call that went late spring, a word we don't sing, but it frayed the string. You laced up your boots like a silver-lined drum, and we marched through the fire till the fire got numb.
I washed those tiles with soap and fear, but your heel tap hymn kept drowning the tears. When the doctor smiled in an August file, your boots clap hallelujah on the kitchen tile.
If heaven's got a breakfast nook with morning fresh grace, you'll be clicking time for angels in that sunny place. And I'll bring the skillet with the scars we know, and we'll make a feast from the long ago.
Boot heels on the kitchen tile, play me that rhythm, one more country mile. Let the steel guitar cry and the fiddle beguile, but nothing beats your Bootheels on the kitchen tile. Bootheels on the kitchen tile. Every scuff a psalm, every mark a file. When I go to meet the Lord in a little while, I'll come tapping home to your kitchen tile.
Ran out of paper and truth at the same time, so I wrote you a letter in the corner booth's grind. Cigarette notes on a napkin thin, each ash a confession, each line a begin. You stared through the window at a rain-struck light, like a jukebox angel stuck on midnight. I told you I'm sorry for the miles I faked, and my coffee went cold with the tremble I made. The waitress stacked plates like the hours we lost. The check was a verdict in heavy blue gloss. I drew you a promise with ketchup and pride, a heart that could limp but not run and hide. You said words are cheap in a booth at 2, and I nodded like thunder that already knew. But I kept on scribbling till the napkin bled through, and the smoke spelled stay in the halo of you. Your cigarette notes on a napkin, ink and ash where my sins begin. If love can read through the stains I made, I'll fold you a future in the lines I've laid. Cigarette notes on a napkin, every burn of prayer, every curl of him. If you'll take this scrap from a broken
every scribble into everything I can. There's a ring in my pocket and a hole in my coat, a $2 song and a $1 throat. The jukebox spun, I still believe, and I swear I watched our ghosts reprieve. I drew you a kitchen, a porch and a field, a garden of peace where the hard days yield. I sketched little boots by the door at night, and a pair of grown hands holding on for life. You reached for that napkin like a fragile bird, read every scratch of my stumbling word. Your eyes got wet like a weatherman's sky, forecast calling for a chance we try. You said let the talking be done with smoke, light up the morning with a vow you spoke. I crushed out the ash with a steadying hand, and we rose like mercy from a diner band. Keep the silverware clattering like ragtime saints, keep the rain painting halos on the neon paints. If grace can live in a napkin's weave, then baby that's a life I believe. Cigarette notes on a napkin, fold them like wings, let a new day in. If love's a lit match in a storm-blown year, we'll shield it together till the flame burns clear. Cigarette notes on a napkin, I'll write you forever though the ink wears thin. Take my hand, leave the ash behind. We got a future we can sign.